Hi folks, hi. Let's make the famous, well-loved snack that's called currants roll today. Yeah, so we've got our flour here, some currants, butter, sugar. I've got some more sugar here. I've got half brown and half white. I've got a mixture of nutmeg, spice, and a bit of ginger. Yes, a bit of ginger. It helps with the flavor, yeah? I've got some salt here, some oil, some vinegar, and some vanilla essence. So I will put the ingredients in the description, as always. So let's prepare our currants first. So I'm putting in my mixture of sugars here. Yeah, I'm adding the vanilla, and we're just going to stir this, mix this in well, and we're going to leave it aside until we're ready for it. Yeah. So the next thing I'm going to do is add salt to my flour, add some sugar in there, add our mixed spices. I'm also going to mix this. I'm going to add it to the food processor. If you don't have a food processor, you can mix it with your hand. Just make sure that your flour, when you put the butter in, it comes like fine breadcrumbs. So I'm going to add this to the food processor along with the butter and the oil, and I'm going to process it, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so our dough is finished. See, so the butter is incorporated and it looks like fine breadcrumbs. So I'm going to add some cold water now to bring it all together to form a dough. So I've got ice cubes here in the water. I'm not going to add all at once. I am going to eyeball it, and now we have formed this into a dough ball. I'm going to put it to cling wrap and put it in the refrigerator so it can firm back up, because the butter has started melting, of course, because of the heat in my hands. Yeah. Here I divided the dough into 2 portions, and I'm going to put them into the refrigerator to firm right back up, because of course it's got to be perfectly cold so we can get that flaky crust in our currant roll. So here guys, I started rolling out one of the portions of pastry, and let me fill this one now. And here you have to get your hands in it also. Yep. You can add additional butter on here to help to like cling the currants to the dough, but I'm not going to do that. And rolling it out, you won't get a perfect, if it's not perfect rectangle, that's quite okay. You know, that's quite okay. Just as best as you can. As you notice, the sugar has gone to the bottom here, so we're gonna scoop up everything and roll it, put it in, and I'm trying to divide it in portion exactly half, so the other half will go to the other bit. Right, so we bring it a little more to the end here, and let's start rolling this now. And yes, the dog is barking. As I always say, I can hardly do a video without any background noises. Yeah, right, so let's try start rolling, and we're going to start rolling as close as possible. Yep. I left some space at the edges so it can be tucked in, yeah? And you can do this as big or as small as you would like to do it. If while rolling, if the dough is sticking to your surface, just use your spatula or bench, what do you call it? And scoop it, help to bring it up, yeah? Bench press, yeah. Right, so some raisins are falling out there. Don't roll it too thin, because not raisins, the currants are going to burst through the skin. So let me push this a little bit further. Right, so you're seeing there now, I'm just going to try bring this together here. Now we want this end that we're fastening to be on the bottom. All right, so I'm going to press it down like this here now, and I'm just going to hold and tuck the edges in. Yep, and I'm going to coat this with an egg. I'm going to make egg wash and brush it nicely, so it will help with the color to give it a nice golden brown color. So here we are. Let me lift this up here now. Right, be careful not to break it. Yep. Nice. Right, so I'll do the other one and then I'll show you how to brush it. Yes, folks, so those of you who heard me say bench cutter, I must have been thinking about the gym, because these are spatulas or pastry cutters, or we call it bench cutters, cooking tools. Yeah, I do not know where I got bench press from. Gym must be on my mind. Yeah, seriously. All right, so so I've got here an egg. I've got 2 teaspoons of milk. Yeah, and some melted butter. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit in. This is going to give us a nice coating on our currant roll. I'm just gonna add all of it because I'm gonna save that to the wet. Yeah. All right. So I rolled this. First one was, a bit too thin. Looking at it, I rolled it a bit too thin, but nevertheless, it's not going for any competition. So I'm going to coat it now. Meanwhile, I lit my oven at 400. I'm going to put it in there for about 10 minutes. And then I'm going to turn the oven down to 350 and leave it for about 30 to 35 minutes until it's properly well cooked. Right, so you're gonna take your fork and just like score, put some holes just in case those currants. Okay, see, I said it was a bit too thin, that one. Nevertheless, to give the currants room to breathe, so it would not, the heat would not burst the dough. Yeah, let's putting some holes in there. Some is like air vents. Yeah. So I'm gonna put this to the oven now and I'll see you when it's done. Okay folks, so let's leave it to cool a bit before cutting it into slices. Yep. Looks nice. Yep. Oops. It's hot. Alright. Okay folks. Take a look here. Yep. Yeah, so I've started cutting. Yeah, cutting diagonally. It's still hot. So you're hearing that crust, yeah? So you know that it's flaky. And you're going to use a bread knife, jog it in like this one. Just be careful because it's still hot. And I do not want, yeah, see I broke this one? Yep. I do not want it to break up. All right. So here we are folks. Yep. Yeah, I mounted it up nicely there. So this is my currant roll here, and it's going to be very flaky. Look at that. Try not to speak with my mouth filled. So it's just right. Just right. Try it. Yeah, with that little hint of ginger. And you tell me better, yeah? Okay, take care guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up. Like, comment, share. Subscribe if you haven't as yet. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.